Hmm. So they are into working out the meaning of the name, the word. That's all. Brahman, Bruhatiti Brahman. The greatest is Brahman. But what is Brahman? When the teacher tells you, they're just lost in that. They are not ready to experience Brahman is as the self. And therefore, all these 4 or 5 different schools of thought, they are objective in their pursuits and not subjective. Without having understood the Jiva or the Ishvara or the Brahman or the self or the consciousness as your own personal direct experience, that all these words indicate me. Don't create an imagination in your head, Ishvara and then Jiva and then Brahman. Gone. You will remain in objectifying only. Don't try to work it out. As you are listening, your attention should be on the consciousness that you are, because all this dialogue, all this commentary is not about some third person, is not about some second person. It is about I. So don't try to, because if we create an idea in our head, in Patanjali Yoga Sutra we saw Vikalpa. Vikalpa means what? A vague notion is created. Even though it is helpful, but it will not take you to the truth. It will keep you separate from the truth. And the vague notion is formed due to thoughts. So if you are creating a vague notion because of the thoughts that you are hearing in the satsang, then you are creating a new game in your mind. So instead of creating any idea, any memory, the words must straight away should be understood as talking about the self. Then no memory will be created. This is the technique. And hence these 4 or 5 schools of thought, their speculation leads either to the establishment duality or to a state of nothingness, or only dry grammatical rules. These are detours or dead ends on the road to the pure self. Very clearly Adi Shankaracharya has said, these are dead end. It is like a court. It's not like our Wolseley Avenue. It says avenue, but it is a court. It's a dead end. Someone will come thinking it is a through and through road, but it is not. Other approaches are then discussed further. Anye pakhandina sarve, anye pakhandina sarve, jnanavartasu durbalaha, jnanavartasu durbalaha, ekam vedanta vijnanam, ekam vedanta vijnanam, svanubhutya virajate, svanubhutya virajate. All others who are devoid of the knowledge of the self are hypocrites. It is the science of Vedanta alone which shines forth with the strength of the self experience. So, everyone, all the different Anya Pakhandina, Pakhandi is a hypocrite, Dambhi. Sarve, all others, those who proclaim that they have known the self, and as they are still conditioned by thought, form, name, space, and are making false claims that they have known the self. They are busy with propagating the religion, they are busy with creating projects in the world, and they say that we are realized. And all these are the greatest hypocrites living on this, living in this world. Even those people who call themselves Vedantis and propagate Vedanta but have not known the truth. And who are these Pakhandis? It's you and me. If we are sitting in a satsang, contemplating on the Vedantic thoughts, and I am speaking and not my attention is on you rather than on the self, and your attention is on me rather than on yourself, then we both are hypocrites. Vedanta, the text doesn't just because we are studying Vedanta, so we are better than the previous four, is it? No, we are also as worse. If listening to the satsang, if listening to the thought of the self is not shifting our attention to the self, if that is not happening, we are also the greatest hypocrites. And there can be no salvation for such a person. And so, what is ekam Vedanta Vijnanam Swanubhutya Virajate? Swanubhutya. Swanubhuti means self experience. If you have not established, Virajate, established in your own self, then it can, and that can happen only through Vedantic inquiry. And what is this Vedantic inquiry? This Vedantic inquiry is, first you you go through the Anvaya and Vyatirek sadhana. The Vyatirek sadhana says, not this, not this, not this, not this. I am not the world, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am the consciousness behind it. And then Anvaya sadhana says, this self that I am, this consciousness that I am is the same, the whole world is nothing but that self. This self is pervading as the whole, as is expressing as the whole world. And in this manner, the seeker comes to recognize that self alone is the material cause and the efficient cause of the total creation. This we are saying it right now. When that happens, there is no experience, dialogue like this going on. I'm reading a book called Shripad Sri Vallabha biography. Shripad Sri Vallabha was the first incarnation of Dattatreya Maharaj, and first he was born as Shripad Sri Vallabha, and then he was born as Narsimha Saraswati, and then he came as Akkalkot Maharaj and all that. So in the Guru Gita, only 5 chapters are there about Shripad Sri Vallabha. I think Modak Kaka gave me this book, and they have found in Andhra Pradesh, where he was born, one person in his family for last 400-500 this manuscript was lying there, and one day he opened it. It was all in leaves. It was written, and in that there was an instruction to this fellow who opened it, that it is the right moment that you opened it. Now you write it fair on a proper paper, and then take all these leaves and immerse them in the Krishna river. And they immersed them. He immersed it. And now take this copy and offer it as a donation to the ashram which is built at the place where Shripad Sri Vallabha was born. And he went and gives it. Now it has been translated in English. And there he says, just last night I was reading, and there he says that Avdhutas are also not the highest realized persons. Who are Avdhutas? Avdhutas are who are experiencing Brahman in the whole creation. They have got no body consciousness, but they have reached such a high level of dispassion and intoxication of seeing the divine expressed through the whole creation. But they are still experiencing.